Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 2020 River Valley High School graduation ceremony. This is the first, and I hope last, virtual ceremony that we will ever do. Please know that we all wish that we could have a face-to-face ceremony where we could fill our gymnasium and allow our friends and family to come together to honor this wonderful class. Unfortunately, our world has been changed due to COVID-19. The River Valley School District must act responsibly during this time and continue to listen to the guidance from our state and our health professionals. At this time, a virtual graduation is the only option that we are given. However, we will continue to monitor the situation, and as regulations become more flexible, we will try to provide a more traditional graduation for our seniors. I don't know when that time will come, but we are never going to close the door on it. There is no way to make a virtual ceremony as good as a regular graduation ceremony, but with the help of Mike McDermott and Matt Snow, who have helped with the editing and production of this virtual ceremony, we hope to make this as meaningful as possible. Thank you to Matt Snow, Sean Duran, Mike McDermott, and Luke Thatcher for their help in this process. And at this time, I would ask that you all stand if able, cover your heart, and take part in the singing of the Star-Spangled Banner by one of our seniors, Taryn Hanson.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Taryn. Thank you, everyone, for joining us and honoring this tremendous class. At this time, I would like to welcome Colin Zander to the podium to do one of our senior speeches.
Thank you, Mr. Blakely. Classmates, firstly, I'd like to thank you and any other students, friends, family, staff, community members, and alumni for tuning in today. I'm glad that we could all make it out to celebrate this momentous occasion, even though it only required a short trip to the computer. I know this isn't how we planned to end our time in high school. No one wanted it to end like this in any way, shape, or form. It just doesn't feel right. We've spent the majority of our lives in school pushing ourselves to reach this very day of graduation. Now, we get a small taste of that, but we are not at all experiencing the thing that many of us were dreaming of. Don't get me wrong, we are going to graduate, and we have achieved a significant feat in our lives, but it just isn't how we all expected it to end. There were big things that were going to happen this spring that none of us will ever get to experience. Some of us missed out on our senior year of sports, state competitions, prom, scholarship night, days with our friends, the graduation ceremony, graduation parties, and without even knowing it, our last days in high school. These are big life events that we would normally remember for years to come, but now they are simply events that we will never get to experience for ourselves. Now we know there isn't anything we can do to change what has happened, so I don't want to waste time reflecting on what could have been. I'd rather spend time thinking about what did happen and what will happen in our futures. I mean, over the course of almost 4 years, there's bound to be some things that go right. I know that as we were making our way up through the middle school and high school, many teachers and faculty members regarded our class as different, in a good way, of course. We just seemed to have something about us that separated us from the countless number of classes that came through River Valley before us. To be honest, we are a cohesive group of very bright and intelligent individuals. Each and every one of us brings something to the table that makes our class unique, and that is what made us stand out. What impressed the staff the most, however, was our leadership ability, coupled with our go-after-it mentality that led us to believe that anything was possible if we put our mind to it. We understood that most things wouldn't come easy in life, and this right here is a great example of that. After today, you are set free from the constraints that high school may have on your life. You now get to choose what you want to do. Well, sort of. You may have originally planned to head straight into the workforce, go to a technical school, a 2-year school, a private college, a public university. Of course, now all that we'll be doing is sitting home and watching TV, or working from home, or enrolling in an online school program. All we can do now is wait for the big decisions to be made for us. Though it may seem like all our plans are ruined, our lives are still in our hands. Nothing is set in stone. To be completely honest, though, it doesn't matter what you end up doing after high school. If it makes you happy, then I'd say you made the right choice. Society shouldn't be the deciding factor. You can't be happy if you feel forced into choosing what career you want or what college to go to. Although it may not seem like it now, this whole missing out on the last quarter of school thing is going to be a great story down the road. Mark my words. I know that nobody wanted, expected, or hoped this would happen. But since it did, I think that we need to make the best of the situation and achieve what we can in the given circumstance. We can't become complacent and think that everything is going to happen for us while we watch it unfold. We need to adjust to the circumstance, overcome the hardships, and become better people as a result. After experiencing this global pandemic, I think that we can all agree that maybe we should start living every day like it's our last. I know we have all heard it 1,000 times, but I believe that this situation is a perfect example of something unexpected coming in and throwing a wrench in all of our plans. Someone may have told us before that we should live every day like it's our last, or give it all we've got. This message sticks in a new way now. I'm sure that no senior thought that their last day in school would be their last. And I bet we're all looking back and wishing we had appreciated that day and our time together a little bit more. I know that after all this is over, I will enjoy those things and make every day stand out and appreciate the opportunities that are given to me. And speaking of all those things that make every single day so special, I'd like to thank my classmates for everything they have done for me. I've learned countless things from you all during these last 4 years. You are the ones that made coming to school every day so much better. I've made great friendships during my time at River Valley, some of which I know for certain will last a lifetime. Our class does truly have something to be proud of. In conclusion, I'd like to speak for myself and my fellow classmates who didn't have the opportunity to say goodbye and thank you to all of the teachers, faculty, and administrators at River Valley for all they have done throughout our years as students here. Without you, we most certainly wouldn't be the people we are today. I'm sure there are numerous things you have done for all of us that we are completely unaware of, but I want you all to know that we are eternally thankful. All of the work you put in before, during, after, and outside of school to make our learning experience better does not go unnoticed. We recognize your hard work, especially during these past couple months. You have taught us to be better students, better learners, and better people. The impacts you have on us are much deeper than you could possibly know, and for that, my classmates and I are forever grateful. There aren't enough words to pull together to make this a proper thank you, but I want you all to know how important you are and how much you mean to me and all of my classmates. I know we are hopeful that someday in the future, we can have a proper goodbye to give you the recognition you truly deserve. Until then, for my fellow classmates, this is a time to celebrate with your families as we embark on our individual journeys throughout life. But even as we move beyond our place in the class of 2020, we should remember that we are all in this together and we are never truly apart. We will get through this as one and come out stronger. We are the class of 2020. We are Blackhawks. Congratulations to all of you, and thank you.
Thank you, Colin. At this time, we have a recording from Matt Snow and our high school band. Thank you, Mr. Snow, and thank you to the high school band. At this time, I'd like to welcome Jack Meichelsberger, our senior class president, to the podium to give his president's speech.
Thank you, Mr. Blakely. Good morning. Today I stand before you, my fellow classmates, as your 2020 class president. You have no idea the sadness it brings me that I don't get to share this moment with all of you. I miss you all dearly. On behalf of the senior class, we all would like to thank the administrators, teachers, custodians, and of course, our very own River Valley community. Without all of you, our success would be impossible. And before I get started today, I hope you and your families are all staying healthy in this terrible time. My thoughts and prayers go out to all of you. Okay, enough of that. Nobody came all the way to this virtual graduation to talk about Corona time, right? So let's get into this. As I prepared for this speech, to be honest, I couldn't think of anything to write. So, being that I am a senior in high school, I thought of the only logical thing to do. I just won't write it, I thought. The time will come for me to write it. It just most certainly won't be today or tomorrow. And for the record, my plan was going pretty dang amazing, until Miss Taryn Hanson had a text Colin and I, "Hey, what is your guys' speech about?" And I responded with a good old, "Oh, I'm not sure, what about you?" And she replies modestly, "Oh, I'm about halfway done, but through my first 2 pages." Wait, first 2 pages? So thanks, Taryn, because without you, this speech probably would have never been written. So, after watching countless hours of speeches, I think I found some okay talking points. I hope you all enjoy it. As I sat in my house and I reflected on the past 4 years of my high school life, a sense of regret rushed over me. What have I done with my 4 years? Have I done the things I always wanted to do? What was really important to me in high school? So I thought to myself, Jack, what was your proudest accomplishment in high school? I sat there, thought about some things, thought about eating my 5th meal a day, and boom, then it came to me. Of course my proudest accomplishment was summa cum laude. It was the most prestigious award a student could be awarded at the end of their high school career. What did I do to receive this award, you ask? Well, I did the big 3. I worked hard, I stressed, and of course I sacrificed to make sure that Jack Meichelsberger would not be denied this award. And let me say, when I saw that I was going to receive this award, it felt amazing. I mean, it felt phenomenal for about a minute or two. A minute or two of adrenaline rushing through my veins, a feeling of, whoopee, I did it! I am successful! I accomplished the goal I set for myself. But then came the post-adrenaline rush. And in that moment, I knew I had learned something. This is what I learned. In life, you have 2 choices. You have personal success and relationships with others. So please, my fellow classmates, if you could right now, reflect on your proudest accomplishment in high school. Perhaps it was academics, getting into a college you always wanted to, sports, music, anything. Now that you have that in mind, let me ask you this. Did you sacrifice valuable time in one of your relationships to achieve this goal? Now, yes, you might say, Jack, you idiot, I don't care what I sacrificed in high school. I achieved everything I wanted to, and now I'm out of this poop hole and you can't say anything to change my mind. And yes, you might feel that way, but please, fellow classmates, we are about to go into the real world. And like a newborn baby, we really haven't messed anything up yet. Well, I mean, most of us haven't. But replace sacrificing for academics in school with choosing work over your significant other. Replace getting into a college you always wanted to as choosing money at the expense of your children. That is the important lesson I learned during this terrible time. So let's recap. This is the lesson that I learned. In life, nothing in this world is more important than relationships with others. Not even achieving the most important goal to you, which in my case was summa cum laude. And let me tell you why. Because healthy relationships are how we humans make an impact on the world around us. You, all of you, will be remembered because of the relationship you had with others, not your successes. So don't sacrifice your precious times with others. And if you think, well, now it's too late, it's over. No, it's not, because us humans, we forgive each other. So if there's a friend you haven't reached out to in a while, reach out to them. If there's a teacher you haven't thanked, please go thank them. Because when your life is at the very end, trust me, you won't want to regret a thing. So let me take my own advice. Thank you, Mom, Dad, and Michaela for always being there for me. Thank you to all of my friends that have been such an instrumental part of my life. Thank you to Mr. Darby Blakely for always putting a smile on my face even on the worst days. You are truly a special human being. A special thank you to my beautiful girlfriend, Lauren Erb. I appreciate all the time you put into making me happy every single day. But most of all, thank you to the class of 2020, because I know when I look back at our class, I won't regret a thing. Thank you.
Thank you, Jack. At this time, we are going to hear a production from our 2020 choir. Mrs. Schinker was able to take individual voices of our school song, put them together, so that it sounds as if all of our students' voices are singing together as one. Here it is. Thank you, Mrs. Schinker, for all of your hard work putting that together. It is truly appreciated. And thank you to our choir high school students as well. At this time, I'd like to invite Taryn Hanson to the podium to give her senior speech.
Thank you, Mr. Blakely. Thank you to all of you who are watching our virtual graduation. This is not how any of us could have hoped or imagined our time at River Valley would come to an end. This is not at all how I wanted to be speaking with you. While writing this speech, I was struggling to find a way to put down everything I wanted to say. What words can possibly describe what we're feeling during these circumstances? Class of 2020, we've had a painful past few months. We had to come to the sharp and sudden realization that our time at River Valley had come to an abrupt end. As school got shut down, I found myself regretting every time I wished for a snow day or skipped out on going to a game. I realized I took a lot of things for granted. You never realize how important the little things are until they're taken away from you. I felt consumed by this loss, as I'm sure many of you did as well. But I also realized it isn't good to focus on the what could have been. Quite frankly, it'll leave you feeling depressed. So, instead, I decided to focus on the what did happen, all the good memories from high school, from countless assemblies to football games, musicals, and competitions. Please, don't focus on the situation. Focus on and remember the good times, and there were so many good times. You'll feel better that way. Furthermore, just because life is on hold right now doesn't mean that it will be forever. The thing about life is that it always goes on. The world keeps turning and the sun keeps rising. Therefore, we too must go on. We must continue to persist and keep moving forward. So, look to the future. Each and every one of us has great things in store for our lives. We're all going on to do amazing things. Life right now may seem dreary, but it will get better. It will. And despite all of this, it's nice to know that we are not alone. Every single high school senior is going through the same thing right now. It's comforting to know that we're all in this together. A quote from The Catcher in the Rye sums it up pretty perfectly. Among other things, you'll find you're not the only one confused, frightened, or even sickened by human behavior. You're by no means alone on that score, you'll be excited and stimulated to know. Many, many men have been just as troubled morally and spiritually as you are right now. Happily, some of them kept record of their troubles. You'll learn from them if you want to, just as someday, if you have something to offer, someone will learn from you. It's a beautiful reciprocal arrangement, and it isn't education, it's history, it's poetry. We are not the only ones who feel sad and scared during these times. Because of this, we can bond over our losses and our confusion. No matter how far apart, whether it be miles or 6 feet, you're never alone. We're all enduring this together. And we can learn from this experience and gain wisdom from it. If this global pandemic has taught us anything, it's not to take a thing for granted. None of us thought school would end this way. We all thought we had 2 more months left. So we took each day for granted. We had to learn the hard way that nothing in life is guaranteed. As we move forward in our lives, We can share this insight with the future generations. If we all learn to love what we have before life teaches us to love what we've lost, the world will be a beautiful place. Class of 2020, we have witnessed many world-changing events in our lifetime. We were born after 9/11 and are living through our second once-in-a-lifetime recession. And when this pandemic is over, we will be entering a changed world. This world will be malleable, it will be in need of fixing, and it is up to us to shape it. It's up to us to become the changers and the doers. We're the next generation of doctors who will develop cures and vaccines for devastating diseases. The next generation of peacemakers who will bring us together. The future construction workers and tradespeople who will rebuild us, and the future educators and writers who will share our experience and what there is to be learned from it. Each and every one of us has something to contribute to this world. And as we move forward, we must never forget that we all have valuable gifts that need to be shared. River Valley is a special place. We're all so lucky that we've been able to call it our home for the past 4 years. It's more than a school, it's a community. High school is where you find out who you want to be in the world, and River Valley has a plethora of opportunities that have allowed us all to find a place where we belong. From there, whether it be in athletics, FFA, Skills USA, art, music, or mock trial, we all were able to find a home somewhere in River Valley. In each respective activity, friendships were formed and memories made. It's such a blessing that we've been able to do what we love with the people we love. Coaches and teachers became our biggest role models. River Valley has an exceptional staff that has helped guide us through high school on both personal and academic levels, and always went the extra mile to show their students that they cared. The memories we made on the field, on stage, and in the classroom are the ones that will last a lifetime. In those moments, it felt like we would never grow up and that they would last forever. But, of course, all good things must come to an end. You have your last game, your last concert, your last test, and in the blink of an eye, high school is over. Never again will you be able to have a class with your favorite teacher. Never again will you be able to see your closest friends every single day. We've scored our last points and taken our final bows. I would now like to thank those who have helped shape the past 4 years for me. Thank you to Mr. Hollenberger for being one of the best coaches River Valley has ever seen. It was an honor to have been coached by you. River Valley Mock Trial is habitually one of the most successful programs in the state, and that's all because of your coaching. You refused to let us settle for good enough, and because of that, the class of 2020 became the first in River Valley history to be regional champions all 4 years. Thank you for everything you've ever done for us. Mrs. Schinker is so much more than a teacher to her students. She's told us time and time again that we're more than a choir. We're a family. And it's true. I joined choir freshman year as a filler class so that I wouldn't have a study hall. Little did I know that music would become one of the most important parts of my life, and that's all because of Miss Schinker pushing me out of my comfort zone and believing in me. Words cannot describe how thankful your seniors are for you, Miss Schinker. Thank you to Lucas and Megan for being the bestest friends I could ever ask for. Thank you to my parents for your constant encouragement, support, and love. And thank you, Kate, for being the best little sister out there. I could not be where I am today without any of you. Finally, thank you, class of 2020. Thank you for the memories, laughs, and friendship. I'm so sorry that we're not able to walk across that stage and get our diploma today. But I hope you still feel the same pride in yourselves. We've come so far these past 4 years, and we only have good things ahead. So, as you click off of this video and end your time at River Valley, I wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, Taryn. At this time, I would like to invite Tom Andrews to the stage to do his administrative speech.
Hey, thank you, Mr. Blakely. It is an honor for me to be here tonight to honor you. It's a very special time. It's a special time of the year, and having graduation is special in your lives. And this is a different type of ceremony that we're having, and I know that it is important to you to be honored in a good way. The type of ending to your senior year was very different. And it isn't something that was under any of our control. And so we look at it in a manner that what defines us. And what I'm suggesting that this does not define you. It's simply something that happened. And what defines you is what you have accomplished throughout the year. I want to let you know that when I first came here, I was able to witness a number of things about your class. One very obvious thing was when I watched you mentor the younger students. And our school became better because of your leadership, your positive attitude, and the things that you were able to accomplish. So you are being defined not by this situation, but you're being defined by what you achieved and the different accomplishments that you gave to this school. And we really appreciated your positive leadership. I recall the day after my graduation from high school, I could not remember any of the things that were said in the speeches. So I'll keep that in mind and I'll keep this brief. In a movie I saw a number of years ago, Robin Williams played a professor, Mr. Keating, and it was Dead Poets Society. And he was talking to his class and he said, no matter what anybody tells you, your words and ideas can change the world. He took this a step further. He took his class out into the hallway and showed them pictures, photographs of the past graduates from that school who had graduated 60, 70 years ago. And in it he says, look in their eyes. He said they all had dreams and goals. And now they have passed, and their dreams are gone as well. And he let them look in their eyes for a while, and then he brought them together, and he shared these words. He said, carpe, carpe, carpe diem, seize the day. So to you, I give you encouragement, and I urge you to take your life and live extraordinary by not letting your dreams die. Before you know it, the future becomes our past. So I share with you these words again. Carpe diem. Seize the day. This is your day. Thank you.
It is my turn now to address all of you one more time as your principal. I'm an optimist and refuse to look at this day as a sad day or a disappointing day because we aren't able to do things like we did with other classes before you. In a way, this all makes sense to me because your class is so different than every other class that has come before you. You see, this is my favorite class that I've ever worked with in all my years of education. I've had some very special students that I hold very dear to me, but as a whole, from top to bottom, this is a very special class and the most dynamic class I've ever had the pleasure of working with since I started my educational career back in 2000. Now, when I say this is my favorite class, it doesn't mean that it was always an easy group to work with. I appreciate the office filled with balloons you left me during homecoming and the smelly class of 2020 mattresses that you left in my yard. But no, it's just been great with all of you. And as all of you parents know, this group is not afraid to stand up for what they believe in and confront leadership if they feel it's not going in the right direction. On a daily basis, there was a senior student coming into my office, different students every time, always respectfully, but letting me know what they wanted, that they wanted something in their high school world adjusted. I hope that you will keep that trait with you, students. Don't settle. Don't become complacent. Don't be afraid to stand for what you believe in. I loved our speeches this year. Jack talking about relationships being the most important piece. I agree with that so much. This class has always been so close, and I hope it will remain that way throughout the years. Taryn's speech about making a difference and becoming the leaders of tomorrow is so true. This class has so much potential. I truly hope that all the potential becomes reality and all of your hopes and dreams come to fruition. This class has always done a great job of leading. I hope that continues as you hit the real world. Colin's message of having your future in your hands, I agree with that so much. Don't be one of those people that sits on Facebook complaining about the world all day and thinking that others should do more for them. We have plenty of people like that in this world. Go do it yourself. Be the difference. That's what this group has always done. You weren't afraid to put in the hard work and attack your dreams. Never lose that trait. Sometimes when graduation comes, it feels like an ending. But the good news is that this is just a beginning. You will always be River Valley Blackhawks, and River Valley High School and the people within it always will be here for you. As you enter the next step of your lives, whether that's the workforce, a technical college, or a four-year college, remember that if you ever need anything from us, we are here for you. Some of you started as Blackhawks in kindergarten. River Valley was committed to you then, and we remain committed to you as you head out in the real world. We are family, and always will be. I can't wait to see and hear about all the wonderful things that you accomplish. Again, this is a special group, and you're all going to go do such great things. We believe in you. Be sure that you always believe in yourselves. Keep that confidence. Keep that stubborn attitude as you move forward. It will serve you well. I love you all so much. I miss you all so much. Congratulations, class of 2020. At this time, we will do the presentation of the diplomas. Gordon Christopher Anderson III. Lauren Jennifer Anding, summa cum laude, National Honor Society. Tate Grant Anding. Anastasia Andreeva. Luke Vincent Aron, summa cum laude, National Honor Society. Cameron Mark Baenen, summa cum laude. Brett Andrew Barenbrook. Bryson Alyric Beale. Jackson Patrick Birch. Hayden John Bowell. Bricken April Brown, summa cum laude. Tannayha Rosie Brown, magna cum laude. Kittrick Dayton Brownlee, summa cum laude, National Honor Society. Paige Luella Carter. Laura Rochelle Close. Hallie Cameron Cole. Michaela Jo Coppernall. Cole Michael Catone. Jenna Lee Crook, summa cum laude, National Honor Society. Austin Stillman Kraus. Michael Paul Daniels. Megan Jeanette Dwyer. Rachel Lauren Erb, summa cum laude, National Honor Society. Lucas Paul Esser, summa cum laude, National Honor Society. Megan Ann Feick. Dayton Samuel Fingerhut. Makenzie Jean Fruit, summa cum laude, National Honor Society. Lixie Nayeli Gomez Aguirrez. Jonathan Lucas George. Matthew Charles Gibson. Brianna Paige Gilbert, summa cum laude, National Honor Society. Bo Thomas Glaudeman, summa cum laude, National Honor Society. Parker Renee Goebel. Samara Lee Gruber. Tiana Therese Gruber, summa cum laude, National Honor Society. Trinity Ann Gschwind. Lucas Daniel Hamburg. Taryn Lee Hanson, summa cum laude, National Honor Society. Lexi Bray Hatfield. Lily Anita Hine. Mia Lynn Hillebrand. Allie Ann Hoffman, summa cum laude, National Honor Society. Spencer Aaron Halverson, magna cum laude. Teresa Lynn Horner. Zachary Austin Huff. Gabriel Thomas Hanson Humphreys. Lydia Lorraine Jensen, summa cum laude. Megan Lane Jensen, summa cum laude, National Honor Society. William Glenn Jewell, summa cum laude, National Honor Society. Brenna Mary Johnson. Chloe B. Johnson, summa cum laude, National Honor Society. Ivan Lynn Johnson. Devin Mark Joyce. Emily Rose Kirsten, summa cum laude, National Honor Society. Chelsea Lynn Kleppy. Elizabeth Grace Knutson, summa cum laude, National Honor Society. Ashley Angelica Koenig. Jordan Douglas Larson-Sell. Alexis Ann Lewis, cum laude. Tasha Rose Limix, cum laude. Joshua James Meyer, summa cum laude, National Honor Society. Brooke Carolyn Marks. William Charles Mason. Macy Marie McAway, summa cum laude, National Honor Society. Jack Jeffrey Meichelsberger, summa cum laude, National Honor Society. Nickolas Lee Mellum. Dallas James Mitchell. Benjamin Matthew Moore, summa cum laude, National Honor Society. Ashley Lynn Munt. Makenzie Ann Munt. Shaylee Janie Murray. Ariel Renee Needham. Tiffany Jo Neuheisel, cum laude. Patrick John Odell. Jordan Marie Patterson. Zachary Lawrence Paulus, summa cum laude, National Honor Society. Danielle Lynn Peterson. Skyla Joy Peterson. Desiree Renee Price, summa cum laude, National Honor Society. Cameron Daniel Quinn. Lucas Lance Rabine. Miles Austin Rabine. Isabel Jo Radtke. Ryan John Radtke. Travis Michael Jr. Richard. Caden Hunter Robson, cum laude. Joseph Lewis Ryan, summa cum laude. Haley Ray Schink, summa cum laude, National Honor Society. Isaac Albert Serene, magna cum laude. Dominic Lee Smith. Blaine Albert Springer, summa cum laude. Brandon Scott Springer. Stephanie Sue Stafford. Eli Everett Stephens. Elizabeth Hannah Stingley. John Robert Stingley. Joshua Gary Stingley. Samantha Helen Stingley. Benjamin Straw. Bryce Robert Thier. Makenzie Jo Ann Vanderheyden, magna cum laude. Hayden Daniel Walsh. Owen Preston Wilson. Colin Paul Zander, summa cum laude, National Honor Society. Dakota James Ziegler. For the first time in my career, I can tell you it's okay to throw your cap in the air as I make this announcement. Don't break anything within your homes. At this time, I now give you the class of 2020. Congratulations, seniors. As we close this special day, our senior students sent us some pictures and videos they wanted to share within this ceremony. I hope you enjoy. Thank you.
7 nights, flashing lights, when the DJ's spinning, everybody out on the dance floor singing. Give me love and give me life, when the DJ's spinning, everybody out on the dance floor singing. Hey oh, way oh, summer love makes me feel alright. These are the best days of my life. Hey oh, way oh, summer love makes me feel alright. These are the best days of my life.
Take it how you want it, I'ma give it to you G straight. NML beat say I'm not a human being. Ballin' like Kareem, sippin' on codeine. I lean with it, rock with it, got coke dreams. Boom, back, boom in the trap. When trap meets house, you get a trap house. Got 2 stacks, throw it at a shit land.
Way oh, summer love makes me feel alright. These are the best days of my life. Hey oh, way oh, summer love makes me feel alright. These are the best days of my life. These are the best days of my life. So now you're here again, knocking at my door. A little too late for, I'm sorry for. The lights went out 'cause you kept cutting the cord, and I started to fade into your gray. See, I finally opened up my eyes, and I saw me coming back to life. Bet I'd be better without you inside. It's time to be someone I wanna recognize. The future starts right now. I made a reservation, but you never came, so I'm checking out. The fire you stole away, I know one day we'll come back around. The future is now. The future is now. The future is now. I waited for you in the passenger seat. There's only so far I can ride in your dreams. While you were chasing everything else but me, I'm starting to break out from your gray. See, I finally opened up my eyes, and I saw me coming back to life. That I'd be better without you inside. It's time to be someone I wanna recognize. The future starts right now. I made a reservation, but you never came, so I'm checking out. The fire you stole away, I know one day we'll come back around. The future is now. The future is now. I'm not backing down, 'cause the future is now. Not backing down, 'cause the future is now.